Hi there and welcome to the Keyzone Traders YouTube channel. If you like the content, what you see here, and you'd like to see more, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you keep up to date with all my content. Also, please comment in the comments box below and let me know what you'd like to see more of on this channel, and I'll be more than happy to produce that content for you as well. But today I want to talk about the three pillars, or talk about one of what I call the three pillars to trading success. And the first pillar is risk. Okay, so I want to use an analogy and why risk is so important. Now, the other two pillars that I call the three pillars, so we've got pillar one, which is risk, pillar two, which is mindset, and pillar three, which is strategy. And we'll talk about pillars 2 and 3 in other videos. But ultimately, the mindset and the strategy are things that need to develop over a period of time. And you need to get the first pillar in place, which is managing your risk, to be able to make sure you stay in the game long enough to be able to develop pillar 2 and pillar 3 to become the successful trader. So I want to use an analogy about a casino and to try and demonstrate why this is so important. Now, when you start out as a trader, it's very unlikely that you'll have the right mindset or an edge in trading to be able to make money from the markets. And you need to develop this, as we said. So why is managing your risk so important? So let's talk about that analogy of a casino and how if we walk into a casino with $1,000 and we start betting random amounts on the roulette table, $50 here, $150 there, $200, $300, $100, not keeping any sort of consistency in our betting. We're going chasing losses. We're betting bigger when we go on a winning streak. The chances are the vast majority of people will lose that $1,000 at the end of the night and walk out of that casino with no money whatsoever. And this is effectively what a lot of people do when they come into trading. They don't have a risk strategy in place and they bet random amounts on a strategy that has no edge because they haven't developed that strategy yet that has an edge for them in the markets, and therefore they blow up an account and they walk away from the markets with no money, a bad experience, and they never get the chance to fulfill their potential as a trader. Now, let's say we walk into the same casino with the same $1,000 and we sit down at the same roulette table, but in this time, instead of randomizing our betting, we gamble $10 per spin. So we're betting 1% of our account per spin on whether the spin is going to come in red or black. Okay, now on a roulette table, because of the green zero, that means you still have no edge on that roulette table. So if you keep on playing, you are going to lose money. And this is what we have in trading, okay? So even when you start with you have to have a strategy to start with. The likelihood is it's not going to have an edge. So if we just bet 1% of our account on every single spin on a strategy that still doesn't have an edge, if we play the whole night, the chances are we are going to still walk out of that casino with money. And actually, statistically speaking, if we sat at the same roulette table and sat there for 200 spins, placing a $10 bet on every single spin on either red or black, statistically, we would walk out of that casino still holding $946. So that hopefully shows the analogy of, by having just a very basic risk principle in place, we can actually protect our account and stay in the game with enough capital long enough so that once we take the time to develop the mindset and develop the strategy, which are pillars 2 and 3, we can actually then benefit and play the edge in the market that we've developed so that we can then start making money. So next time that you sit down with your trade plan and try to develop a strategy, please make sure that the first thing you do is put that first pillar in place, and that is come up with a set of risk principles that will protect your capital and keep you in the game long enough to be able to develop the edge for that strategy to be successful, but also for you to profit from that edge.